Check out flexible financing options from American Musical Supply at the link in the description below. What's going on, everybody? It's DJ Solstice here, and today I'm going to be doing my video on the DDJ-REV5 by Pioneer AlphaTheta. And this is the second time I'm filming this video because my iPhone decided it didn't know what to focus on. But today we're going to be looking into this board. I'm going to be giving y'all my first impressions after about a month and a half, almost 2 months of using it. And I'm going to talk about what I like about it, what I don't like about it. Spoiler alert, not that much. Let's just get right into it. So we'll start on the faceplate here. Scoot back a little bit so y'all can see. I apologize for the audio. I didn't really plan any of this. So we have our big CDJ style jog wheels here. We have our S9 style mixer in the middle. And we have all of our stems and load in and tempo faders and EQs and pedal effects and faders, and we have our Magdell fader here, which we'll get into in a little bit. And that's it for the front panel. If we turn it around to the side, we have our mic switch as well as levels and EQ. And then over here we have our aux. This is my headphone, Q master, level, and then somewhere over here is the crossfader curve. I want to say it's that one. If we look on the top here, we have our power button. We have our USB-C input, which I'm going to get to in a little bit. We have our mic 1 and mic 2, our aux input, no channel 1 and channel 2 inputs. We'll get to that in a little bit. And then we also have our A and B USB inputs, our master left and right, our RCA left and right, and we also have our 1/4 inch booth left and right out. So where did the rev line come from, you might be asking? Well, the rev line started by AlphaTheta Pioneer a few years ago to help bridge the gap between controller DJs and turntable battle DJs. And their first big hit was the REV7 and REV1. Now we'll talk mainly about the REV7 since it's closer to the REV5 than the REV1 is. The REV7 is basically a turntablist dream as far as a controller, because it has the vertical pitch faders similar to turning a turntable 90 degrees to get the turn arm out of the way, and we have the big 7-inch platters, and that's what is the same on the REV7 as well as the REV5. We have our horizontal pitch faders with the giant jog wheels as well as the S9 style mixer, because that's what a lot of battle DJs are accustomed to. And this was just a way for Pioneer to bridge the gap for controller DJs and turntable DJs to kind of make a hybrid system that everybody could be comfortable with. And when the REV7 came out, a lot of turntable DJs were trying to get onto it because it was basically the same exact thing in a smaller, more portable package, and it still had the same feel of real vinyl with the vinyl slip mats on there. And it just made a lot of turntable DJs very happy because they had a smaller setup that they could take to their smaller events, and they would be able to just do their thing, feel more comfortable with it. And that's basically where the REV5 was. The REV7 and REV1 came out about the same time, and then the REV5 came out a couple years after it. I like to think of the REV5 as kind of the middle child of the Rev line. Any middle children, make sure you let me know in the comments. The REV5 is basically the REV7 but skinned down in order to keep it A, affordable, and B, in a different league than the REV7, because the REV5 is here and the REV7 is here. Some people prefer different things and some people aren't just ready to jump fully up to the turntable DJing yet. Let me take y'all over the differences here. The most notable difference between the REV5 and the REV7 is you're not going to have the turning platters. You're going to have these regular CDJ style jog wheels, which will be found on like CDJ 2000, 3000, SRT 1000, Flex 10. These are just the regular mechanical jog wheels that you find on those type of boards, where they're not capacitive. You have to physically put pressure on them to make them actuate. and you have the feeling adjust here. So if you want to do like a crazy light spin like that, or if you want to rough it up a little bit and get a real tight spin on it, that's what you can do with that one. And there's no screen on here. So there is a cutout still for it, but it's not a screen like it is on the REV7. We have here instead is a moving spindle. So it'll match whatever your spindle is set to in Serato or Virtual DJ. It'll copy it here with the 35 RPMs here. And you do have an option of deck 1 or 3 because this actually has dual layered decks on this and the REV7 doesn't. So it'll tell you what deck is selected as well as you have your spindle in there. But apart from that, the only other big difference is the lack of channel 1 and 2 inputs on the top. And that's because this board doesn't actually have an internal sound processor like the REV7 does. The effects are done through your software, so Virtual DJ or Serato, and there is no hardware effects processor in the REV5. But apart from that, there are no real big differences. Let's go ahead and get into my review. So this is the first actual like professional controller I've used. Coming from a Hercules 500, this has a lot of upgrades that were very welcoming to me. Most notably, a couple of things actually. The longer pitch faders, because I do a lot of like beat juggling and shit. XLR for the mic, XLR for the outputs, and USB-C for both connecting to the laptop and for power. When this came out and people saw that the power adapter was changed to USB-C, everybody blew their shit up. And I can tell you why. Pioneer especially, but a lot of controllers, they have proprietary power connectors. And so what that means is if you happen to forget your power connector at the house or something and you go out to a gig and you don't have your power cord, well then you're just kind of screwed because you can't use your DJ board. But the big thing with it being USB-C is that it can take any power supply over 25 watts and you can power this thing off of it. The reason why that's so big is because if you happen to forget your power cord at home, you're not completely screwed. Okay, you could go to Walmart, Best Buy, Target, Guitar Center, anything really, and get like a 45 watt power adapter and be able to still use your board. It's not like you're completely screwed if you get to a gig and you find out you lost your power cord, because you can just use another one. And expanding on top of that, the USB-C connectivity is amazing because for all of us that DJ on the MacBook, used to be me, not anymore, thank the Lord. Y'all know that MacBooks are very heavy on USB-C, and they actually do give you a 5-foot long USB-C cord to connect to your PC, and it's very good because a lot of laptops, they're getting rid of the USB-A ports, and so we need to have our USB-C ports. So them adapting to USB-C is a very, very welcome change for me. All right, let's talk about my use case. Like I said before, I've only been using it for about a month and a half or so, and I absolutely love it. Coming from the Hercules 500, which was basically a starter board, to this, it's changed the way I DJ completely. Well, not completely, that makes it sound like I rely on the controller, which I don't. It makes my life as a DJ so much easier, and it makes it more fun to DJ as well. I love the S9 style mixer. I've actually gotten to play on one S9. It was very fun. Anyway, it wasn't for a gig, I promise. It was just my buddy had one. He's got it like that. I was very accustomed to the S9 style mixer with the and I love the Magville fader. I know it's not the Pro, but it still feels just as good. And this board has dedicated stem buttons. And that is probably my absolute favorite feature of this board is the dedicated stem buttons. So I can have my stems and my hotkeys open at the same time, and it just makes it a lot easier. Now, there is this auto BPM transition. I'm sure every other review on YouTube has talked about the auto BPM transition. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't use it, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Basically, the premise of it is you set how many bars you want, and then you hit play, and it'll transition whatever's on this side to this side in that amount of like beats or bars or whatever. And it's like a way to mix genres real quickly. But I don't really use it. I do a lot of slams and stem slams, so I don't really like use that very often. So, and I don't DJ a lot of house music, so there you go. Don't sue me, okay? I just don't use it. Not every feature on a board needs to be used, hello? But talking about features that I do use a lot are these paddle effects. Now, coming from a board that had absolutely no effects, Hercules 500, these paddle effects are very nice to use because you can lock them on and keep them there, or if you want to just do like a one beat effect, you can hold it and then release it. So it's very nice. And yeah, I just have to say I'm very pleased with this board. If y'all are interested in this board or just browsing around for like DJ gear, I have an American Musical Supply link down below as well as a Sweetwater link down below. Y'all can go ahead and check that one out. And don't forget to check out American Musical's financing options down in the little description below. That's gonna be it for this video. If y'all have any questions, of course, make sure y'all let me know in the comments below. I do have some more gig logs coming soon, and by some more I mean like 2, because it's kind of slow right now here in Houston, Texas. If y'all have any gigs for me, please let me know. But if not, I'm gonna have this link down below like I said, and I'll see you guys in the next time. But for right now, DJ Solstice is out of here.